So we'll start live streaming up now to Council's YouTube site. Yep. All right. Good evening, councillors, members of the gallery, staff, and to our viewers live streaming tonight's meeting. My name is Graham Milne and I am the current Mayor of Buloke Shire Council and the chairperson of tonight's council meeting. It's my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's council meeting and thank you for your attendance. Welcome. We'll just stand for the welcome, please, people. We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting and pay our respects to their elders and to elders from the other communities who may be here today. Thank you. You can be seated. This council meeting is being recorded and web streamed live to council's website via YouTube. This recording will also be available as video on demand. Attendees are advised that they will be recorded during the meeting. A reminder that as councillors we will act in accordance with the Council Model Code of Conduct, which will support the principles of leadership and good governance that secures public confidence in the office of councillor. Councillors and officers in attendance tonight. I'll introduce other councillors in attendance tonight. We have Charmaine Delaney, Councillor Charmaine Delaney of Jeffcott Ward, Councillor Alan Getley of Mallee Ward, Councillor Bernadette Hogan from Mallee Ward, Councillor Bruce Stafford from Lower Avoca, and Councillor Stephen Barrett, also from Lower Avoca. I also introduce Mr Daniel McLaughlin, our CEO, and the executive management team of Travis Fitzgibbon, Director of Infrastructure and Delivery. Travis is over there. Jenna Allen, our Director of Corporate and Organisational Performance. Gaynor Atkin, Director of Community Development. And we also have Anthony Smith here on my right, Acting Manager of Governance, and Georgia Brown, our Senior Executive Assistant. And while we're on staff, I'd just like to formally thank Gaynor, who has tendered her resignation and will be leaving the organisation on Friday. But thank her very much for her time in Buloke. I did suggest that she came as a consultant, and maybe she could come back as a consultant sometime in the future. But Gaynor, we thank you for what you've been able to do and the amount of work that you've been able to churn out. We realise we gave you a big job, and we wish you all the best for your future. And as I've said a number of times at a number of places, your animals will be happy to see you. So your little menagerie at home. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just as we move forward, thank Gaynor. Thank you very much. Apologies. I have received no apologies for this evening. No. Point 3, confirmation of minutes of previous meetings. Councillors, could I please have a motion for the confirmation of the minutes of the council meetings that were held on the 15th of April 2026, commencing at 7 p.m?
So moved, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Barrett. Seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Getley. All those in favour?
No.
That's carried. Thank you. I'll just grab a pen. Oh, God. You might have germs. Thank you. Point 4, request for leave of absence. Are there any requests for leave of absence, councillors?
No.
No. No requests. Item 5, we move to disclosures of pecuniary or conflicts of interest. Councillors and officers, are there any conflicts of interest to declare?
No, Mr Mayor.
None that I'm aware of.
We have one from Ms Allen for an item 8.2.1. Are there any others? No, thank you very much. So the councillor or staff immediately before we consider the item will make the disclosure again and leave the room. Item 6, questions from the public. Councillors we have received no questions for this evening's meeting from the public. We move to item 7, procedural items. First report we have to consider this evening is the Governance 7.1 Governance Report, May 2026.
I'm happy to move that, Mr Mayor.
I'm just bringing it up on the screen. Thank you, Councillor Getley. So Councillor Getley moves the recommendation.
Yep. Thanks, Mr Mayor. 1, note the record of councillor assemblies and meetings held. Notes the record of councillor briefings at attachment 1 to this report. Note the Chief Executive Officer's activity report. Note the status of actions report for council resolutions at attachment 2 to this report. And note there are no contracts entered into for this period in accordance with the increased financial delegation provided to the Chief Executive Officer of $1.5 million excluding GST. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Do we have a seconder for that motion, please?
Second,
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Are there anybody like to speak to any of that, Al?
Look, this is just a report for noting, a standard report. It's fairly straightforward, and I recommend it to council for adoption.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Councillor Barrett.
No, same, Mr Mayor. It's just standard procedure. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other councillors like to speak for or against? No. No. Then I put the vote. All those in favour?
Aye.
Item is carried. Thank you very much. We move to general business. 8.1 policy reports. 8.11 financial hardship for rates and charges policy. Councillors, do I have somebody to move this motion, please? Councillor Delaney. Thank you.
Recommendation that Council 1 adopts the rates and charges financial hardship policy 2026 and places the rates and charges financial hardship policy 2026 on Council's website for public access and transparency.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Can I have a seconder for that motion, please? Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Councillor Stafford. Councillor Delaney, would you like to speak to your motion?
Just stating that I feel it's a very important policy, and it's good to see that it's been implemented and accessed or access available by the general public.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Councillor Stafford.
Yeah, just want to reflect Councillor Delaney's comments there. This really just gives council a clear and fair way to deal with ratepayers who are experiencing financial hardship, generally doing it tough, while still protecting council's financial position. So I support it.
Thank you, Councillor Stafford. Are there any other councillors or any councillors in opposition? Councillors in support, anybody like to speak? If not, I will put this to the vote. All those in favour?
Aye.
Thank you. For members of the gallery, the hardship policy has been something that's come up and been well discussed. It's something that's it's in the minutes on the website for you to have a squiz at if you haven't got a copy. And we have had some inquiry about this sort of stuff during the week, so it's good to be able to address it straight away with a new policy coming forward. So, 8.1.2 Debtor Management Policy 2026. Councillors, do I have somebody to move this motion for this item, please? Councillor Hogan.
Okay, the recommendation is that Council firstly adopts the Debtor Management Policy 2026 and secondly places the Debtor Management Policy 2026 on Council's website for public access and transparency.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Do I have a seconder for that, please?
So,
Councillor Barrett. Councillor Hogan, the floor is yours.
This is basically a procedural matter, which ensures that council's got adequate ability to recover outstanding debts in a fair and consistent manner.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Councillor Barrett.
Yeah, it's basically an accounting method, Mr Mayor, so along with good financial management.
Thank you. Any other speakers for or against? I might just make the comment that, again, it's a policy update that is well and truly, well, I won't say required. I mean, we do have debtor management that needs to be looked after, and it's good to have the policy updated and ready to go all the time. So thank the staff and anybody else that's worked on putting these policies together, because I got no doubt as time goes on we'll be tested on some of this stuff when people don't want to pay. Dan? No comment from you. No other speakers? If not, I put this to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. That's carried. And we're flipping through some of these policies. 8.1.3, our investment policy 2026. Councillors, do I have a motion for this item, please? Councillor Getley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Recommend that Council adopt the investment policy 2026 and places the investment policy on the Council's website for public access and transparency. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. I'm just updating my screen here. Technology and I have a little bit of difference between what they understand and what I understand. Do I have a seconder for that motion, please? Councillor Barrett, you're on the roll tonight. Councillor Getley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. This is pretty another straightforward policy where we have got a bit of spare cash. We can invest it for the best possible rates. Number 5 at Flemington's always good, so we hope they come in. But yeah, we have to do this, and the public can have a look at it and see how it works.
Exactly that. Thank you, Councillor Getley. Councillor Barrett.
Yes, I concur with Mr Getley. It's just a procedure that we have to have in place, and it's good to have it and get out with spare cash, put it to good use.
That's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? Spare cash and council.
Yeah, not.
Anyway, thank you. Are there anybody else,
You've got spare
other
cash.
councillors like to speak to that motion? Councillor Hogan.
I'd just like to confirm that Race 5 at Flemington doesn't probably come under the A category that we're aspiring to now adopt.
Yeah,
and I think that it's very prudent that we do only take on A category investments, and especially now that the interest rates are quite strong and we're earning significant income from the safest investments that we can use. So there's also been a change to increase the maximum holding per institution up to 45% from 40%, and this is just a practical change, as there are times when some investments have to be liquidated, and that leaves some others at higher than the normal 40%. So yes, a good change to the investment policy.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Any other speakers? If not, I put the vote. Those in favour? Thank you again. That's carried. No slip-ups yet. 8.1.4, the credit card policy 2026, and I'm going to refer to the CEO for an update on this.
Thanks, Mayor. I can confirm that a ministry mistake in their software has been incorrectly titled Credit Card Policy 2026. It should be in fact the Corporate Card Policy 2026. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. So everybody's happy with that?
Yes.
Corporate card policy?
Yep.
Yep.
Councillors, can I have somebody to move that motion, please? Councillor Delaney.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. The recommendation that Council adopts a corporate card policy 2026 and places a corporate card policy on Council's website for public access and transparency.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Somebody to second that motion, please. Councillor Hogan. Thank you. Councillor Delaney, would you like to expand on your
Thank you,
motion?
Mr Mayor. Just feel that it's a responsible policy to have in place, and I think moving forward it is the right thing for transparency.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Councillor Hogan.
Nothing further to add. Thank
Nothing
you, Mr.
further.
Mayor.
Any other councillors like to add to this? I just want to know how you get a credit card or a corporate card. Is that something that... No. Probably not a good idea for me to have it.
Reserved for responsible executives.
Responsible executives. Yep. All right, thank you. If there's no other speakers for or against this, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour?
Aye.
Carried. Thank you. 8.2, management reports. Yep. So, which approved Recreation Reserve Community Asset Committee? Councillors, we have one conflict of interest. Miss Allen has left the room. Councillors, do I have a motion for this item, please?
Yes, Mr Mayor.
Councillor Barrett. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. The recommendation is that Council appoints their following community nominees to the Witchy Proof Recreation Reserve Community Asset Committee. That's a mouthful and a half. For a 12-month term, effectively immediately. They being as listed, I'm not going to read them out, I don't think. There's quite a few of them there. And formally thanks to the outgoing committee members for their voluntary service.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Can I have a seconder for this motion, please? Councillor Getley. Councillor Barrett, would you like to speak?
Yes, thanks, Mr Mayor. As the delegate to this committee, I've been trying to get this recreation reserve going for a while. There's been in action for quite a few years, apparently, and now it's good to see that they've reformed and trying to get the committee established again. So, yeah, great, and hopefully works quite well with those 12 volunteer members.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Councillor Getley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just echo Councillor Barrett's statement. Look at the names there. There's some really good people there. Recreation reserves are really important to our community right across the Shire, and to have this one up and going again, I think is a credit to Witchy Proof. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Are there any other speakers for? No, I just note that I think Martin Duke, where's Martin? There he is. Martin Duke's in the room. He's a new member of this committee and the current secretary. So well done. You've got a, I believe you've got a bit of a job to do to work it all through and bring it to fruition again after a bit of an absence. But we commend you for taking it on and for the committee to be reformed and to look after that reserve. So. Thank everybody for that. Are there any other councillors to speak? We'll put the vote. Those in favour?
No.
Carried again. Thank you very much. We can get Miss Allen back, please. Thank you, Mr Fitzgibbon. Yes.
Ms Allen, I can confirm that the officer recommendation was accepted and the motion was carried.
Thank you, Mr CEO. 8.2.2, the 2025-26 swimming pool season. I'll just drag that up. Councillors, can I have a motion for this item, please? Councillor Hogan, thank you.
I will read the amended
Yep.
recommendation.
That's the draft strategy, aquatic strategy. That's the next one.
Okay.
Thank you.
So just that council note the 25-26 swimming pool season report.
Thank you. Somebody to second that, please. Councillor Stafford, thank you. Councillor Hogan.
Just would like to mention that the season report showed that there was a very high usage of all of the council pools, and shown that they are very much an essential summer destination for a lot of our residents. And I would just like to welcome the report as showing that even though there may be some cost associated with significant cost associated with keeping these pools in service, they are definitely very important. So that's about it. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Councillor Stafford.
Yeah, absolutely agree with Councillor Hogan's comments there. This report does remind us that our pools do come with real staffing, compliance and cost pressures.
Thank you, Councillor Stafford. Is there any other councillors like to make a comment? I will reserve mine until after the vote. If there's nobody else to make a comment, I'll put the vote. Those in favour? Thank you very much. That was carried. Again, a thank you to staff here who have prepared this report. This is one of the better reports we've had come through on our end of season at pools. It's in depth. It shows a lot of what we want to know about our pools because of the cost and the type of use that they are. So I thank the staff for those, and I thank our lifeguard contingent who continually come back to help us. And that seems to be part of our problem at the end of the season, because most of those people are kids and go back to uni and school and wherever they come from after Christmas. So, but attendance levels remained stable this season with 23,143 visitors to the pools for the year. So, so I think that works in our favour a little bit, but thank you for that report. Move on to 8.2.3, the draft Buloke Aquatic Strategy. There is an amendment for this. Councillors note, following the publishing of the agenda, it was discovered that the data included in the report for the attendance rates over the 24-25 pool season were reported incorrectly. As such, an amended recommendation is presented here for your consideration. So you all have a copy of that amended.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, can I have somebody move the motion, please?
So moved, Mr Mayor.
Councillor Barrett.
And I know you want me to read out this noise.
Yes, I do.
See, that's why no one took it up. That's okay.
You love it.
No, that's fine. That Council endorsed the draft Buloke Aquatic Strategy, Attachment 1, for the purpose of public exhibition with the following changes. A, amend the attendance data for the 24-25 pool season. B, amend the average cost per visit for the 24-25 pool season. 2, gives public notice of the draft Buloke Aquatic Strategy on Council's website and invites written submissions from Monday, 25th of May 2026 until Monday, 6th of July 2026. 3, notes that in accordance with Section 93 and 96 1B of the Local Government Act 2020, consultation will be undertaken in accordance with Council's community engagement policy. 4, notes that any person who makes a written submission in relation to the draft Buloke Aquatic Strategy may be heard by Council on Monday, the 27th of July 2026. And 5, notes that the Buloke Aquatic Strategy will be considered for adoption at the Council meeting to be held at 19th of August 2026.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Can I have a seconder for that motion, please? Councillor Getley. Councillor Barrett, would you like to speak further to the motion?
Yes, Mr Mayor. A lot of work has gone into this draft, and we've had consultation with various people, and it's gone out to experts in the field. So, and they've looked at our pools, and they, in that they state that they are in sort of getting towards their end of life, so that we've got to look for ways around that in the future. So that forms part of this strategy. So community feedback would be great. I think the better the community get involved in this, because they after all want their pools. So if they want the pools, they've got to come up with some strategies as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Councillor Gatley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just to echo Councillor Barrett's statement there, this strategy is a warts and all. It shows the great cost that our pools cost council and ultimately the community. We hope that the community read the report and the strategy involved and make comment on it. It's not going to get any easier with our pools as we go along. As Councillor Barrett said, they're ageing, they're coming to end of life, and it's a issue statewide that we just need to be on top of, and hopefully there's some good ideas come out of the strategy from the public, and we can hear them Monday 27th of July. Thank you, Mr Mayor. Thank
you, Councillor Gatley. Are there any other speakers would like to speak? Councillor Hogan.
I'd just like to commend the consultant who prepared the report. He's gone to quite a lot of effort to ensure that the strategies he's put in place don't close any of our pools, and therefore I think, as others have said, it's very important that the users and of our pools read this strategy, and it's something that I think we can work with. It's in line with the pool strategies of our neighbouring shires, and I think it's a really, really good model. So, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Are there any others? And I should give Councillor Barrett the right to reply on all of these, but I haven't been doing that. Are there any others that would like to speak? If not, I put the vote. All those in favour of adopting this strategy for community consultation. Thank you very much. That's carried. And again, I comment, as Councillor Hogan did, that this has taken a while to come to council, but the consultant that's helped us prepare this has, in our books, done a fantastic job. So we commend this to the public. Hope that you all get an opportunity to have a look at it, because feedback will be very important into planning the future of our pools, given their life expectancy and the cost involved. But we, at this point in time, we have a commitment to keep them all, or we may have a commitment to keep them all after this is adopted. So we need to make sure that that's something that our communities want to do, and look at ways to improve what they are. So thank you very much for that. We'll move on to 8.2.4, road renaming request, Walklake Lane in Charlton. Councillor, do I have a motion for this item, please? Councillor Stafford.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Thank you, Mr Mayor. The motion is that Council 1 acknowledge the receipt of 2 submissions lodged during the public submission period and thank the 2 submitters for participating in the public submission period. 2, having given consideration of the submissions received, Council accepts the proposal to rename a section of Davies Street between High Street and John Curtin Drive to Walklake Lane. 3, lodge a report to the Registrar of Geographic Names confirming Council's acceptance of a proposal to rename a section of Davies Street between High Street and John Curtin Drive to Walklake Lane. 4, write to each of the submitters advising of Council's acceptance of the proposal to rename a section of Davies Street between High Street and John Curtin Drive to Walklake Lane. 5, advise all submitters they have 30 days to lodge an appeal to the Registrar of Geographic Names. And 6, notes and declares the attachment to this report as confidential on the grounds that it relates to as described in section 3, bracket 1, close bracket, of the Local Government Act 2020.
Thank you, Councillor Stafford. Having heard the recommendation, can I have somebody to second that motion, please? Councillor Delaney. Councillor Stafford, would you like to expand, please?
I would, thank you, Mr Mayor. Dr Walklake is remembered with great respect in Charlton, and this is a simple but meaningful way to recognise his service to the community. The proposed name has a clear connection to place, given the location of his former surgery. Council has followed all the required processes by notifying the affected parties. So, look, I acknowledge the submitters, including the person who raised an objection and the person who opposed the change, and the person who raised an alternative name. Sorry. And having considered these views, I'm satisfied the proposed name's appropriate and worthy of support.
Thank you, Councillor Stafford. Councillor Delaney.
Just simply re-echoing Councillor Stafford's sentiments, worthy change.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Is there any other councillors wish to speak for or against this motion? Councillor Getley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yeah, I agree with Councillor Stafford, and it not only recognises Doc, he did a hell of a job, but Mary, his wife's done a lot of work throughout the community. She's about to turn 100 very shortly, and she's well respected, and I think in some way it acknowledges her contribution to the community of Charlton over a long period of time. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Are there any other speakers? I'd just comment that yes, while there was suggestions of other names, our road naming policy has probably helped us sort out where this lands, and that by just including it as Walklake Lane, it does recognise Mary and Brian both while Mary's still alive. It does recognise, rather than just having Brian Walklake Lane, which was one of the options. So, ladies and or councillors, thank you for those comments. I'll put this vote. All those in favour? Thank you, councillors. That is also carried. 8.2.5. Planning Permit Application PA 25034, the use and development of land to construct 3 dwellings, subdivide land into 4 lots, and to create or alter access to road in Transport Zone 2. Councillors, do I have somebody to move this motion, please? Councillor Getley has his hand up very quick.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Mr Mayor, I'm not going to read all the permitting conditions, otherwise we'll all be here for breakfast. But I will read the main motion. And that council, having cause and notice of a planning permit application number PA 25034 to be given under section 52 of the Planning and Environment Act 1987, and having considered all the matters required under section 60 of the Planning and Environment Act 1987, grant a notice of decision to grant a permit under the provisions of 32.5-5, 32.5-8 and 52.29-2 of the Buloke Planning Scheme in respect to the land known and described as 40 McCracken Avenue, Donald, Lot 1, Title Plan 440022, and Lot 1, Title Plan 594262 for the use and development of land to construct 3 dwellings, subdivide land into 4 lots, and create and alter access to a road in a Transport Zone 2 in accordance with the endorsed plans, with the application dated 30th September 2025, subject to the following conditions. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'd just like to confirm with Councillor Getley that it's subject to conditions 1 through to 37.
Yep, happy with that.
That suffice. Nods from the right people. So thank you, Councillor Getley. Do I have somebody to second this motion, please? Councillor Delaney. Councillor Getley, would you like to speak?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Obviously there were some objections to this which we've worked our way through, but I see this as a step forward. We need these sort of constructions within Buloke. I know it's under the Workers' Accommodation Fund, and you know, we've got to go forward with a motion like this. I think there's enough conditions in place there that the objectors should well and satisfied if something goes wrong. I have full faith in the Donald Housing Initiative Group that they're going to get this done and get it done right, so I commend this motion to the council.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Councillor Delaney.
Just echoing Councillor Gately's sentiments and also adding that I feel this is a really vital step to our community to increase our opportunities, and I commend the group on taking this initiative.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Are there any other speakers for Councillor Hogan?
This proposed development complies with the relevant planning criteria and is in line with the objectives of the Council's municipal planning strategy and planning policy framework, and as long as all of the conditions are met, I can't see any grounds to support an objection.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Are there any other speakers? Councillor Stafford.
Yeah, thank you, Mr Mayor. As we've heard from the other councils, this project will provide much needed housing in Donald. It's not an application for an office complex or an industrial site. It's 3 dwellings in a residential zone, and I fully support it, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Stafford. Other speakers? Comments from myself. Again, we've seen a very detailed report for Council to consider here, which I think is born out of a planning committee, a planning decision that we had to make here a few months ago that required a lot more work and effort to be put in. This has been adopted throughout the planning part of our council at the moment, and we see a well-presented report here, which outlines a lot of the important stuff that I guess needs to be known to make a decision like we need to make tonight. The list of objectors that we had, and we've seen the objections. Some of them were completely misled, or one in particular was completely misled from the objection that was written. I guess others have various degrees of concern about the development, but when you look at the size of the subdivisions, Lot 1, 827.2 square metres, Lot 2, 839.64 square metres, Lot 3, 1,005.21 square metres with 740 for the common area, being driveways. These are the very similar size to any other house blocks in town. And while the block might be narrow, they do, in my opinion, give plenty of space for the size homes, the 2 3-bedroom and the 1 4-bedroom home, plenty of space for families and others who might partake of this opportunity. So I think, and I thank all our objectors. I always feel that there's mostly good reasons why people object. In this particular case, I feel that's probably 90%. I do feel that there's some objectors have not availed themselves of all the information, and I'm sorry for that on their behalf. But this, as a planning issue, meets all the requirements that we as a planning authority ask. So, ladies and gentlemen, or councillors, if there's no further comment, Councillor Gately, you don't want to write a reply?
Enough said, thank you.
Thank you. I will put the vote all in favour. Ladies and gentlemen, or councillors and staff and everybody, that is carried.
Good.
So we hope that everything goes in favour, that this can be got on with. But obviously there is further options for the objectors going forward. So I'll leave it at that. We'll move on to 8.3, financial reports. 8.3.1, quarterly financial report for the period ending the 31st of March 2026. Councillors, do I have somebody to move this, please? Councillor Delaney, thank you.
the recommendation that Council receives and notes quarterly financial statements for the period ended 31st of March 2026.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Do I have a seconder for this motion? Councillor Barrett. Thank you. Councillor Delaney.
Just commenting, Mr Mayor, that I feel once again complimenting staff on their extensive work, making this recommendation an easy one to choose.
Thank you. Councillor Barrett.
Yeah, thanks, Mr Mayor. It's great to see that we're getting financial reports like this, and hope they continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments from councillors? Councillor Hogan, thank you.
I think we just need to be aware of the recent weather events that have had a number of the capital projects have now been delayed, which will have an impact on the forecast financial surplus for the year. So, and when that income can be recognised, so there may be some changes with the final result.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan. Other comments from councillors? Happy. Again, this is a great report to receive. We get them on the quarterly basis, and quite comprehensive as to what's in and out, what's working for us, what's working against us, and I thank the finance team for again availing us of this accurate information. Well, we hope it's accurate. It was accurate at the time, but like any budget,
So far, so good.
can be blown out of the water within 5 minutes. But this is a good snapshot, and I commend this to our public to have a look, to understand where our issues are, and to read the commentaries that go with them. If there's no other comments, councillors, I put this for vote. All those in favour? That's carried as well. We're an agreeable lot tonight. 8.4, and we're getting towards the end of this. 8.4, organisational reports. 8.4.1, quarterly organisational performance report, quarter 3 for the financial year 2026-27. Councillors, do I have a motion for this item, please? Councillor Getley, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Council receives and notes the quarterly organisational performance report for the quarter 3 financial year 2025-26 as per attachment 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder for this motion, councillors, please? Councillor Delaney. Councillor Getley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yeah, look, this is another good report, well put together. Particularly impressed with the traffic light system that's in the report, that a lot of it's green, which is good. It shows we're moving forward. There are always challenges with these type of reports, trying to get it all done, but this is certainly a very good report that we've got in front of us, and again I commend the staff for their effort in getting this to us, and love the green.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Yes, the green is good. The green light is good. Councillor Delaney.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just congratulating staff on the strategic approach in the communication of key priorities, but also having the ability for our community to be kept well informed, and that we were able to track our progress, so congratulations.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney. Are there other councillors that would like to comment on the motion? Thank you. Just a couple of things here. I note in the discussion here that recommendations of the Municipal Monitors Report published in January 2025 for the Buloke Shire Council, a commitment has been made to maintaining financial sustainability and establish an annual budget on a cash basis going forward. We all understand that we're a cash neutral setup going forward, which is going to limit our opportunity to renew, I guess, in some cases, but to get ourselves financially stable and under the rules and regulations that's been set to us by the monitor, we accept those things. Resourcing, still an issue there. in a couple of things. Financial constraints is our biggest hindrance to getting things done. But again, as councillors have said, a good report that puts us, gives us good reading and has a clear understanding of where we're going and what we're trying to achieve. And whether we get there or not, I guess, is up to our own hard work and diligence. So thank you. I'll ask to put that to a vote. All those in favour? Thank you. That's carried. We'll move on to 8.5, reports from councillors. So they've been listed here. Does anybody want to speak to their report? So I'll start with Councillor Barrett.
No, Mr Mayor, it's just all listed there and been just nice and quiet and not many problems apparently.
Right. Councillor Stafford.
Nothing to add to my written report, thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Getley.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Not much to add, but probably just a comment that, as my report shows, I spend a bit of time in the V&I West meetings. It's getting to a pointy end of the stick there. The language coming out of VicGrid and Immobile, the construction partners, is very strong now. We just need to be over it, and I know Michael's onto it. I spent the meeting with Michael, so yeah, I don't think there's much more that we can say, but just keep a strong eye on where this is heading now.
Thank you, Councillor Getley. Mr CEO, do you want to explain Michael to the gallery, or do you want to, Alan?
So Councillor Getley's referring to Michael Wheelerhand, who is our planning consultant that represents council both on the technical reference group for the EES process for Van Nuys West, and also represents council at most of our VicGrid and Van Nuys West meetings and community reference groups.
Thank you, Mr CEO. Councillor Hogan.
As reported, but I'd just like to mention on the 3rd of May we had the library opening in Witchyproof, and it was really well attended on a Sunday morning, and it's an excellent resource for Witchy and the wider Shire. And the guest speaker there was an author called Jade Miles, and she spoke about living more sustainably and simply, and we all just loved what she said. And she was a really excellent speaker, and she stayed around for ages and spoke to everybody. So it was a really lovely event. So just wanted to tell everybody how good it was. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hogan, and we look forward to your inclusion of going to the Michelle Obama night last night in your next report.
Yes.
And the people you see there.
Yes.
Moving on to my own, there's quite a list of things that I've been able to attend on behalf and for council. Number of community engagements and delegated responsibilities. They're all listed there for anybody to have a look at. But I would like to acknowledge a couple of people, and we've spoken about one, and I do have one other comment to make. But we've spoken about Mary Walklake, who is turning 100. I think it's this month, isn't it? Yes, this month.
May 27th, I think.
27th. So it's a great effort by Mary, and can I ask that we send her a letter of congratulations from the Shire, please? And suggest she hangs around for a few more years yet. So, I've also got ex-councillor Gail Sharp on my list, who I've already asked through a briefing for a letter of acknowledgement. Gail has retired this month from her role in the CERT team in Birchip. She was an inaugural member of that CERT team, setting it up from the word go. And for those who don't know CERT, it's a community emergency response team, which is the next best thing to an ambulance if you haven't got an ambulance. And a lot of us here will have known the benefits of that, and certainly been a Watchamite with some of the elderly in Watcham. I can assure you that Gail turned up down there at any time of day or night, and if she didn't have she didn't know where to bloody well go. She rang me, doesn't matter what time of day or night. So where's this chunk? But Gail, we thank her very much for her support of this facility that's been created, the CERT team. It's still very up and about in Birchip. It probably needs more volunteers because it can be quite tiring and quite taxing when you get a number of call-outs at any time of the day or night. No different to the ambulance, but this is all on voluntary basis. So we congratulate ex-councillor Sharp, a mover and shaker in the Birchip community for her efforts there. One other comment I'd like to make is I'd like to apologise to one of our business owners in Birchip who found herself somewhat stranded in floodwater near Berrowillick not long ago. When she served me in her dispense, oh no, I can't say that, might say who it is. When she served me this afternoon, she said that she would like Buloke to have a stronger look at their road network and to make sure that we get the repairs done so that the water doesn't lay there and trap people. She did have to sit with a leg up on the seat to stop her feet getting wet in the car. So, and then it started to rain and she couldn't get out and walk. So I'm happy to pass on her request that we look at the roads as much as we can, but we know that we're constrained by a little bit of cash going forward on that. So councillors and others, I will leave that.
Probably worth noting that we've started the Buloke Wide LiDAR and flood study project, the long-awaited $2 million project, Mayor.
Yes.
And that will inform how our Shire drains for the next 50 years, and hopefully we don't end up in the same situation.
Yes. No, very good. And she did ask with tongue in cheek and a lot of laughter. So I don't know whether she enjoyed getting her feet wet or not, but she made out she did. Councillors, other business. I have no other business listed. 9.1 notices of motion. We have no notices of motion listed. 9.2 questions from councillors. Are there any questions that councillors would like to raise tonight?
Nope.
Gone?
No.
No questions from councillors. 9.3 urgent business. We have no urgent business. 9.4, did I say 9.3? 9.3 urgent business. 9.4 any other business? No. 9.5 matters which may exclude the public. We have nothing there. So item 10 is that the meeting closed. And ladies and gentlemen, if there's nothing further, councillors, I declare the meeting closed and thank you all for your attendance.
Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Mr Mayor.